and I am feeling fresh and relaxed because I basically took Sunday off, people. And if you don't know me and you're here the first time, like I said, my name is Joe DiChara. I am a CPA, serial entrepreneur, and I love talking about the real nuts and bolts of what it takes to start, manage, and stay in business. Because the truth is that most businesses fail, and we're going to get into that. But before I get into tonight's training, which is week number 3 of my 13 bedrock principles for success, we're going to cover the Mastermind principle tonight. But I want to give a plug to somebody that just gave me a tremendous amount of his wisdom and tips in marketing that, it's those little things, and I'm going to share a couple of them with you. And this is what the topic was about. I have this itty bitty S Corp book coming out. This is my campaign. This has become my mission to try to change the fact that we have over 25 million sole proprietors out there that are being attacked unknowingly. Anyway, so I contacted a gentleman. His name is Anthony Camacho, and he's written 6 of these itty bitty books. And he is a sales pro like I don't think I have ever met. And I know a lot of my friends out there are marketing experts, and but I don't know what it was that Anthony just gave me, like a whole slew of little tidbits and strategies on how to market my book. And it's not just for this book, it's for anybody's book. And I want to share with you a couple of things that he gave me. And this is a link. I hope that you could see it. It's topproducerfactory.com, and his name is Anthony Camacho. He's my new best friend. I don't know if he realizes that. And Anthony, if you're watching, thank you so much for your time today. This is what he's given me. A couple of just, simple things that anybody can do. We're all on social media. I don't know about you, but it's all a mystery to me. This whole thing about marketing and calls to action. I'm an accountant. Give me a bank statement and my Wave apps, and I can do the job. But market my business. This is it's been a journey. And when somebody gives you like something, like, yes, it's why I'm in business, for moments like that, where you could, like, the dots just connect. And, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't gone through it. So hopefully, when you get one of those moments where, you're doing all this stuff over here and all this stuff over here, and but then there's like this connector. So here's a couple of things. And this is stuff that Anthony does, so that, it works for him. He's got 6 of them. I don't know how many he sold, but the first, and this is obvious, and I've been taught this, and I don't do it like everyone else. Get Amazon reviews, but not just get the reviews. Like, he's got a whole thing where you get the review, you take a screenshot of it, and it becomes marketing collateral. And those like, it's simple. And what he did was he actually created a photo album. But my head is spinning. I can't, trying to wrap my head around all this stuff. The next thing is to take a picture with your book at certain landmarks. So how easy would it be if I went to the Statue of Liberty and took a picture of my S Corp book and let the world know that this is what the United States was all about. freedom, and you're going to get freedom through S corps. And so that's the picture thing. Now this is something that my coach Larry Broughton he's gonna say, I wish I thought of that. And maybe Larry, maybe you thought of it, but you haven't told me this yet. But actually, Larry, you did tell me this, but only with your book and sending your emails or the book to the podcasters. I did share that with Anthony because I think that was brilliant. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email to people like President Trump and Joe Biden, offering them my S book, my S Corp book, as the basis of their economic plan. So I don't care, I do care, who gets elected. I mean, I'm not even going to get into that, but whoever it is, they need my S Corp book. And I'm going to, so if, one thing I learned about from Craig Duswalt about marketing is this, I forget what they call a news hijacking. So now for the next couple of weeks, it's going to become, you need the S Corp. It becomes a political solution. So, and that's just like, that's only a third of them. Universities selling my books in local shops, mail the book. Actually mail the book. And this is what Larry told me, but you mail it to people like Richard Branson. But you don't just mail it. You take a picture of the envelope. Look, I'm mailing this to Richard Branson. And that was at one of Larry Broughton's challenges is to, pick like 5 of your influencers, like people that you would love to connect with, like Richard Branson. I mean, for me, that's like, okay, so he's there. Simon Sinek. I don't even remember the other ones. But what Larry challenged you to is to like connect with them, find their streams, and comment on their post, and eventually, and I have to try this. This was his challenge in his book Victory. And according to Larry, eventually one of those people are going to get back to you. So I got to try that. I got all of these marketing things floating around in my head now. I'm really like energized, but also, I started out talking about, I feel refreshed because like I took yesterday off. And if you're one of those people like Dr. Flo, who I had a conversation, that didn't count. That wasn't business. I wasn't working. And it works, and that segues basically into what I want to talk about tonight, really, which is my third principle of success, which is the mastermind principle. And, I have to say that over the last couple of months, my Saturday mastermind, and I do want to plug this because it's still free, folks. If you haven't joined yet, you should join, because there are some phenomenal things happening in the mastermind for me, and I'm told that the other members are getting the same sort of results. But what came about, not only in my mastermind, but other mastermind groups, was this whole issue of self-care, which has become a major issue, not just for entrepreneurs, but for people in general, because of, the COVID-19 pandemic. And, some interesting things have come about, some interesting observations, such as the fact that if you're a dentist, you're probably busier than you've ever been, because according to the information, they are fixing broken teeth because people are under stress and they're clenching, and they're breaking their teeth. And so there is this thing going on that without the mastermind, I don't know if I would have been, I wouldn't have been offered the solutions that I was offered, because it turns out that I wasn't the only one that lost a day. Yeah, Friday I woke up and I thought it was Thursday, and I thought, well, you know what you think when something like that. And I'm getting old. I'm losing my mind. But no, it turns out that it's happened to a lot of us, because it's like every day is the same. Every day, it's like Groundhog Day. And so knowing this, we started bringing like Cara Crossway, Brenda, I hope I pronounced her name right, but Saturday she did this from workaholic to well balanced, and we talked about it in the mastermind, because that's what we do. And it just dawned on me, I'm like, I'm a workaholic. And she defined, the warning signs. And my coach Larry, we've spoken about this. And so the whole self-care thing, and let me tell you something, folks, even people like Cara that's in the self-care industry suffered from the same stuff. And that's another thing that we find out in the mastermind group. It's like we all say, I could give somebody, one of my coaching clients, advice, and in the same thought, I'm saying, well, I should be doing this. This is good advice. How come I'm not doing it? Well, that's normal. And that's why you got to have a coach, and you got to have things like a mastermind. So anyway, after speaking to Larry and speaking to the Cara and the mastermind, I said, I'm taking Sundays off. There's no more 7 days a week. Sunday right now is to watch football, organize my stuff, clean my office, even though maybe that's work, but it's, for me, organizing, cleaning, that's like spiritual. And lo and behold, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to not work, believe it, because it's so easy to work. I mean, and this counts as work for me, people. This is part of my business. So this was directly a result of being not just in my mastermind, but part of other people's masterminds. And I'm grateful for that. And I believe that the mastermind principle is the most powerful tool that anybody can implement in their business. And if you're not in a mastermind, you need to be. It's as simple as that. And it doesn't even have to be a formal mastermind. So that's what I want to get into, because this whole idea of mastermind has actually become just, mastermind is just a word. It's a term. And if you don't use the word, if you don't know the meaning of the term, really, what it's intended for, and you might not be in a mastermind, you might be in a networking group. Okay. Which happens, but they shouldn't be called masterminds, because they're not. A mastermind, simply put, is when one or more, more than one person. Okay. You can't be your own mastermind. If you look up the definition, I think the mastermind was equated to criminal enterprises. But this is what a mastermind really is. Two or more people get together on a common goal. So a husband and wife having a child, I believe, is a mastermind. It's as simple as that. It's a meeting of the minds. As long as two or more people are on the same topic, have the same objectives, something unbelievable happens. And if, let's say, you have 5 people that are in a mastermind, and again, forget about the term, because it could be called round table. And this came up in our mastermind. One of our members, Tom Harris, said, well, should I call it a mastermind? And, the consensus came out that there are too many, that everybody's got a mastermind. My mastermind is a mastermind. It's mastermindwithjoedechara.com. But the term, it's a marketing thing. The real test is in the results. When the people that you're meeting with, are you on the same page? Are you getting something that nobody in the group would have if the group was not in existence? And the term mastermind, so Napoleon Hill, I guess a lot of people believe that he didn't come up with the term, but what he did was he described it. And he said that the energy that comes from the participants' thoughts actually create another field, another conglomeration of energy that produces ideas that nobody would have on their own. It's sort of like, the Reese's peanut butter cup. If you remember that, when the one kid was walking down the block with the Hershey's bar and another kid had peanut butter, and they banged into each other. And I don't know about you, but I love Reese's. I can't eat it anymore. But that's a candy mastermind. Okay. They created something that didn't exist separately. So what are your options? There's all different kinds of groups out there. There's CEO boards. There's, all kinds of different masterminds that may not be called a mastermind, but that's fine. BNI is really a mastermind, and they acknowledge that, because BNI is considered the largest mastermind group in the world. I think they got like 1.2 million members all over the globe, and their mission, their purpose, when they meet, whether virtually or in person, is to get each other leads. That's it. Listen, tell me how I can get you a lead. Tell me how I could help you. And all of those people are creating leads and opportunities that wouldn't exist if they didn't come together. And there's an exponential factor here, folks, because it's not just the leads that are produced from one member to the next. Because once there's a connection made, now you have maybe a customer, maybe a vendor, maybe somebody connected you with your next coach. Well, now that circle of influence is all still connected. So if you believe, like in the Clifton Strengths Finder, my thing is connectedness, not a coincidence. Okay, I believe in the connectedness of the world, that everybody's connected, and that is part of the whole thing. And that is my story, folks. I'm sticking with it. I will not waver from this. This is me. This is what all my years of experience and research has brought me to, and I am on my own foundation. You know, the name of my company is Bedrock Business Builders. Bedrock, because I believe that every business should be on a firm foundation. And how do we get rid of? There we go. So, like I said, Joe DiChiara, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. If what I'm saying resonates with you, join my mastermind meeting and get a firsthand look at what we do. It's free still, like I said. So take advantage of the opportunity now. So thank you. God bless. Connect with Anthony Camacho. Definitely worth it. Have a conversation with him. And if you're as lucky as I am, you're going to walk away with some brilliant, brilliant information. So thank you. Over and out. I will see you.